Okay traders, so welcome back. So in this video, as you guys can see, on okay traders, so this is gonna be a breakdown of what I expect might happen during the week. So what I'm expecting, this is a Dow Jones, also known as US30. It's Dow Jones, so this is a daily time frame. But first of all, if I start on analyzing on a Sunday, usually beginning of the week, what I would do is I would go to my weekly time frame, right? So that is what I would do. I'd go to my weekly time frame and look for any points of interest, right? So that's basically what I want to do now. I want to go to my weekly time frame. As you can see, I'm on a weekly time frame. Okay, anyways, let's get rid of this order block. I'm on my weekly time frame. So overall, on USDT, right, we can see we've been on a uptrend for a while, a really long time actually. Right, we've been on a uptrend for a while. So, but our focus shouldn't be anywhere here at this point, right? Because it's a weekly time frame. Our focus should be on at least the last five candles, right? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, the last five candles. That should be our focus, right? So, anyways, let's get straight to it. Don't focus on any information further than that, because at this point, it will not be relevant for the upcoming week, right? It won't really be relevant for the upcoming week. Anything else except the five candles, right? So first of all, as you can see, if I look at this chart, the first thing I actually see is this fair value gap, right? So what I want to do, I would mark out this fair value gap, right? So mark out my fair value gap, right? Okay, so as I know, price has been on an uptrend. So what I would expect price to do is tap into this fair value gap and move higher, right? But as you know, it's on the weekly. We can't just get the entry based off our weekly time frame because we intraday traders, right? So what I'll do is go to my daily time frame. Let's check what's happening over there. So okay, we are on our daily time frame. So while I'm on my daily time frame, I can see a couple of fair value gaps in that same space. But as we know, this is how. Let's just mark this one out properly and give it a name tag. Let's get rid of that. Let's make this out weekly. Okay, yeah, weekly fair fair value gap, right? So this is our weekly fair value gap. I want this to be on the top and I want to change the color to black. Yeah, so okay, that is our weekly fair value gap, right? So as you can see, there is a couple of daily fair value gaps as well. A couple of daily fair value gaps like this one over here, and then we have this one over here as well. So I'm not saying that price is gonna respect both of this or any one of this. Price can just run through it. I'm not saying price is gonna, but what I would expect from price is to either come lower because it's in this weekly fair value gap, right? So it's a weekly fair value gap. So what I would expect it to do is either expect at least one of these fair value gaps because it's these are daily fair value gaps, so it's just as strong as the weekly. Not just as strong, the weekly might be a little stronger, but I would still expect price to respect the fair value gap, right? So hopefully we will see what happens if price does respect it, and then we'll get our entry sometime in the week of this fair value gap, right? So yeah, okay. So we have that, right? That's our two fair value gaps, this one and this one, right? I know it looks a bit messy and weird, but just bear with me for now. So we have this fair value gap over here, then we have this one over here, and this massive weekly fair value gap, right? So as you guys can see, if you look to your left, we have this inversion fair value gap as well. So, and this inversion as well. But as you can see, this fair value gap has been disrespected. Price is already below that fair value gap, so we won't look at that one. So there might be a high chance of this fair value gap being valid. I'm not saying it won't respect this, but if it comes to here, there's a high probability that this one might be respected because of this inversion fair value gap, right? So yeah, and we have our breaker block over here, right? So anyways, that is that for our daily. So let's go lower time frame. Maybe we can mark out some other important zones and give us more reasons to enter. So this is our 4 hour. As you can see, once again we have another fair value gap. I won't be marking this fair value gap out. The reason being I don't want the charts to be too messy. So yeah, there's a high chance for us to be taking out buys of this. Alright. So hopefully in the upcoming week we'll be looking for some buys during this week. So if not, if it doesn't respect this fair value gap, the daily 4 hour, it might come lower and respect this one. As you can see in this daily fair value gap, there's another 4 hour fair value gap in there. So both of these fair value gaps for me are actually high probability fair value gaps, because on each time as I'm going lower to the lower time frame, this weekly fair value gap is just getting more stronger, whereas because there are smaller lower time frame fair value gaps within that one fair value gap, right? So therefore for me that fair value gap is more valid and it's actually strong, so it's a higher probability fair value gap. So hopefully we can see what price do. But as we know, we have upcoming high impact news this week, which is consumer price index, also known as CPI, and we have price PPI, right? Yeah. So I forgot what the abbreviation for PPI, but anyways, yeah. So that's the high impact news we have upcoming this week. So hopefully we can price respects this thing on Monday, and then because news is on Wednesday and on Thursday, I think. Yeah. So hopefully we can get the trade on Tuesday, and US30 can create for us the low of the week in this fair value gap, this weekly fair value gap. And then because majority of the time the low is formed on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's not always, but majority of the time. Because if we look back over here, the high of the week was not formed on Tuesday. Yeah, it was rather formed. Oh no, it was actually formed on Tuesday. Yeah, so the high of this week, as you can see, the week started with this candle here, right? Not this one. Yeah, yeah, the week started off with this candle over here. You can see the week started off with. Let me just get rid of this. The week started off with that candlestick. Wait, let me just move this guy around. That way. Let's zoom in there a little bit. As everyone can see, the week started off with this candle over here. That was the Monday. As you can see, the date over here. It was at the bottom. As you can see, the date over here. Right at the bottom, Monday, the 2nd of September. But that was not the high of the week. The high of the week was formed on Tuesday. As you can see, this candle over here, this candle over here was the high of the week, right? That candle over there was the high of the week, created the high of the week. So, like I said, majority of the time, the high of the week is created on a Tuesday, and hopefully, we would want the low this time. The low or high of the week, guys, is created on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Majority of the time, but not always. So, as you can see, after Tuesday, price just keep dropping, right? Dropping, taking out all the most recent lows, right? So, hopefully, what I would expect is to see price just dropping to this fair value gap, start respecting it somewhere inside of this weekly fair value gap. Around about Tuesday, Monday, just create the low of the week, and then Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday can take out that low. And because usually on a Monday we don't get you a lot of movement, so I would hope to see decent movement on Tuesday. And then because this news upcoming, so market might be either might not be very volatile because of the upcoming news. The volatility usually happens during the news, right? So yeah, hopefully we can get a little push lower into the fair value gap and then rejections, and then maybe on Tuesday hopefully a move to the upside to take out these buy side liquidity over here and buy side liquidity over here, right? So let me mark out these buy side liquidity. That would be called buy side liquidity, and then we would have sell side liquidity over here. So yeah, hopefully price can come either for a sell side liquidity or for a buy side liquidity. So hopefully we can just wait and see what price does for the week. So yeah, okay guys, I know I didn't ask you guys what you want me to break down. So from next week onwards, I'll give you a list of pairs you want. You can choose maybe one or two that you want me to go through and break down before I start breaking down. But for this week, we're only doing US30. From next week on, I'll be doing a Zoom call that I will be breaking down whatever I would be expecting this week, right? So, yeah, that's it for today.